Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this residential patio cover section here, and I'm not quite sure if it's got a screened-in mesh area, but I think it might, but that should not be an issue with regards to the placement that we're going to show here. We do have a dining space here, reclining space over here in the back. There's stairs over here, or a few steps I should say, and there is a sliding door that I had seen. The structure here comes out, protrudes out a little bit down here where the window is, as well as up on top over here. Not quite sure if these eaves are going to be present or they're going to be removed or not, but I left them there just as a caution here. I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions that we have. So overall dimensions, I have 19 foot 6 inches from outer edge to outer edge on the post, and then 15 foot 2 from the resident over here, or the structure I should say, to the outer edge over here. You can see that this section here has roughly 9 foot 5 inches. I have a height of these beams. I have these at 10 inches tall. So at the bottom I have at 8 foot 11, and then top at 9 foot 9. And over here I have the top of this beam here, which I believe is a larger beam. I have that at 12.8 and then 11.4 for that height there. I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and look at different options that we might have. So this particular client had asked that the Rafter system not be covered with the heaters. So we're going to look at that and kind of go through some of my thoughts about how to best heat this space up. So my real thoughts are, if you're going to put a heating system in, you want a heating system that's going to actually work and heat the areas that you're using to occupy. Trying to hide the heaters is a little difficult, so let's just go ahead and look at some of those different options. So first option would be to place the CD series 6,000 watt unit on the beam here. And when you do that, you must maintain, when you have a vertical surface mount, you must, on a CD or WD series, you must maintain a minimum of 12 inches of clearance from the top of the heater to any combustible above. And I have this at a 30-degree tilt from straight down, 30 degrees out. I also have this at an 18-inch clearance. If we looked at the clearance below the heater, you can see I'm 18 inches from this edge here to the combustible surface here. And then over here, you can see that is approximately the same here from this edge here, 18 inches over. And not quite sure what the true height of this eave is and if it's actually present or not. But in any case, that's something that we do need to be concerned about and keep track of. So, but you can see here again, 12 inches of clearance above, and we'll have to see if that's something that this client will accept. So let's go ahead and turn off that and look at the footprint of heat. The footprint of heat is fairly decent for this space here, as well as over here. But if you're sitting here, so this is infrared light waves. Infrared is invisible to the human eye. However, it will penetrate mass, meaning tables, chairs, floors, the human body, and it will absorb into that mass. So the table here will absorb the heat. So your legs won't feel that heat, sitting in this position with that light ray coming down, absorbing into the table here, but your upper body will feel fairly decent. So that might be okay. Again, though, with the heaters mounted in this position, I think that would not be the best option. So let's go ahead and look at a possible different option, and that would be physically mounting them on the rafter system here. So essentially I have them 18 inches away from this edge. I have them at a slight 15-degree tilt from actually this is the same elevation or same angle here as the ceiling itself, so it's just pointed straight down from that. And when you mount on a ceiling, point it straight down from that ceiling point, then you only need to maintain 6 inches of clearance above the heater itself. Here you can see that as well. And let's go ahead and look at that footprint of heat. The other thing I just should mention, again, 18 inches of clearance left, right. These heaters are a little close together, so there's going to be a little bit of excessive overlapping here in the middle, but let's go ahead and look to see what that looks like. And you can see here the coverage would be fairly decent in this application here. However, your upper body isn't as ideally positioned here on this particular light wave itself. Now, this is the footprint the manufacturer states. 10 foot away from the surface of the heater is the most ideal footprint of heat, and that gives you this roughly 10 by 11 feet distance of travel. This will be a little bit warmer here. This will be a little bit warmer on this side than over here. However, the coverage is a little bit better than, I believe, mounting it on the beam. I'm going to go ahead and just slide this up another, roughly maybe 18 inches here to see how that coverage changes. And you can see here that it's much better over here on top. So that would probably be my preferred application. Let's go ahead and move this an additional 18 inches as well. Sorry for the background noise. And again, probably not quite 18 on this side here. Let's go with a 12. Let's see if we can move that again. And we'll try the 12 inches. I'm going to go to 8 inches further. So yeah, that's 8 inches further on this side here, and the coverage is more beneficial for the whole entire space. Let's go ahead and take off the top here just so we can see what that footprint looks like here. And I think that's fairly decent. All right. So that is using 3 of the CD 6024s mounted on the Rafter system itself. And I think you get the better coverage throughout the whole entire span. All right, let's go ahead and look at some other options. So what about using maybe a 4,000 watt unit on the outer edge beams here? Well, the first issue I see is that the clearances on the left and right here need to be met, and we don't really have that. The manufacturer does state that there should be approximately 3 feet of distance between 2 heaters. However, it's not technically a code, but it's a recommendation from the manufacturer. But we do need that 18 inches of clearance on the left and right here. So that's why I have them positioned. Now the slimline units, when placed on a vertical surface, only needs 6 inches of clearance above, but it can only change the angle at 45 degrees. So from straight out, it can only come down 45 degrees. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Let's see here. So the footprint of heat, you can see that we're missing this section over here, and we're missing kind of half of the section over here. Not quite sure how far this table actually is to the edge, but the ray is really penetrating right over here, so you'd have to sit closer to the table. I have it just off center of this post here, but in any case, you can see that the footprint is really designed for a maximum of 8 feet away from the surface. And so here, with the crossover rays, you might feel comfortable here, but with just one unit on over here, you're not gonna feel the ideal amount of heat with a 4,000 watt unit in this position. So, but that's the footprint here. Let's go ahead and take a look from the top here. And I think this is okay, but let's go ahead and look at a different option as well. So that different option would be possibly taking 3 slimline units and placing one here, one over here, and then one over here on this outer edge. And let's go ahead and, so these are all centrally located. So the first position I picked is here, and then copy that to on this side over here, and then put this one in the center over here, all requiring a 6 inches of clearance above the heater itself, all at 45 degrees out, so from straight out 45 degrees down. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat with this application. And you can see that the coverage in the middle is fairly decent, I would say, but we're not really hitting the chairs here properly. We're not hitting this section over here properly. But if you were, more centrally located in this space here, it would be fairly decent, I would say. However, it's not my favorite option, but that's just to give you an idea of what that footprint would look like. All right, let's go ahead and put that top back on, turn these rays off, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on my preferred application, which would be more, mounting the units on the Rafter system. Should also mention that, these are fixed brackets, so you'd have to put some sort of, beam going across here, or 2x6 maybe block to attach this over here. Not quite sure if I have those in the exact right positions, and that would be true over here and over here possibly. So let's go ahead and put that ray back on and see what it looks like again. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.